Are you ready to expand your life and reality? Join us for the next hour with Jamie Bates as she shares life changing thoughts, techniques, and awarenesses to help you expand your reality.
Hello and welcome. I am Jamie Bates, consciousness facilitator and expander of realities. My mission with my radio show is to create greater awareness of what is possible and to expand you beyond the limitations of this reality. I'm grateful that you're joining me today. And today I'm talking about ease and really embracing the flow of ease, really learning how to follow the ease in your life to really create that um, flow of ease throughout your life. And when I talk about ease, I'm just talking about kind of this flow where life can be easy, because life really can be easy. Life does not have to be a struggle. Things do not have to be a struggle. Figuring things out can really, truly, honestly be a thing of the past. But you have to learn how to follow the energy of ease, really. The best way I can say it, it's not, it's just like a flow. So today I'm going to talk about ease. I'm going to really talk about how do you know if you're in ease? This is one of these things that um, often I think people misidentify because we're so used to the concepts of struggle. We're so used to looping and trying to figure everything out, trying to really figure everything out. I know I just said that, but it's so ingrained in us to immediately go to that concept of figuring things out. And the reality is when you're in the flow of ease, you don't have to figure anything out. So I'm going to really talk today about how to know if you're in ease, what ease really does feel like. And when you're in that flow of ease and you're really truly in that space of easiness, it really changes your life. It really truly does. And oftentimes I talk to a lot of people, it's like, why can't I have the ease? Why can't I figure out how to be in the ease space? And I'm going to talk about that today too, and really why you may be kind of bumping your head up against other energies and not really finding that flow of ease for yourself. So the common, I'm going to say, misconceptions, if you will, of really truly why you're not flowing with the energy of ease in your life. Because I'm going to tell you right now that when you find that flow of ease and when you discover ease, and oftentimes when I work with clients on this particular thing, once we get to a certain level in their coaching, we really dive into this place where uh, I teach them how to find the flow of ease. And it's such an amazing process when someone really kind of discovers that flow of ease, and all of a sudden they go from this place where they're often I'll have like I have a lot of clients who come to me in the place where they're looking for a relationship, they're looking for new jobs, they're looking for a new place really in their life. They're kind of looking to reset everything. And once the pieces start to click, once they start to click all the way across, it's really amazing to watch someone go, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like. And I'm like, yes, that is what I'm talking about. Like, there is a certain energy, and the closest I can define it as is really truly ease. And when you hook into it, when you learn how to kind of flow within it, you start to realize that much of your life you have spent in these struggle concepts. And that's part of the reason why uh, things haven't worked out for you, whether it's relationships, jobs, places you live, all of the above, right? Is because you're kind of beating your head up against the struggle concept. And when you really truly find that flow of ease, you start to discover that you just have there's an inner knowing within that flow of ease. And when you're in alignment within that flow of ease, everything just clicks. It's like just all the way down the row. And all of a sudden you get that when you're truly in that space of ease, there is no struggle within any concepts around you. So today I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to really, really ingrain that energy of how do I know if I'm really, truly in ease, and what does it really, truly feel like, and why does it seem like it's never, ever going to happen for me? So we're going to kind of touch on all of those subjects today, and I really just want to give you that taste of ease right now this month. Before I even kind of dive in, I just want to kind of talk about what's been going on in my world, in my business. I have been massively following my ease. And I thought, what a great way to even share with you guys, my listeners, what's really been happening in my business. And I did send out some emails about it. If you're, you may have heard bits and pieces, and basically my business has really been looking for more support. It's been looking for more structure. It's been looking for kind of more of a flow of ease, and that included adding more people. And so I had an opportunity, which was very easy, to add a partner to my business, and it's really kind of going to number one, really flow in some more ease into my business, and number two, really allow my business to expand. So if you have been recently checking out my Expand Your Reality Institute, or have heard about my Expand Your Reality Institute, I've actually closed the Expand Your Reality Institute with my new partner who has recently joined me. We are actually opening up, or we just recently, just within the last few days, launched a brand new platform. We had our merger take place during the month of August, and I know I've kind of been hinting around it a little bit. And basically, we've finalized everything and in August, and kind of moved everything over, and we started a brand new platform. And I am working on some new programs that are going to be launching. I'm actually working on a very long program that's also going to be available in the future here, not so far off. Really looking at reorganizing everything. And anyways, we have a new platform. It's called Consciousness on Demand. And in Consciousness on Demand, there is going to be all kinds of amazing things, and things that you can get on demand, right? If you're ready to really truly make those big, huge shifts in your life, you can go to consciousnessondemand.com and check out, I have all my programs on there right now. We have our new program that will be launching here very, very soon. Well, it's already kind of launched, but we'll be starting in the next couple months. It's going to be called I Am Present, and it's really going to be kind of the fundamentals of, I would say, really getting into this energy of ease and this flow of ease in your life. Being present in the every single moment choice is really, really, truly probably one of the most important things that you can learn how to do. And that's kind of why we're starting with that, because, you know, the thing about this type of work is, one of the things that you have to really get into, and this is where, when I do personal coaching, this is fundamental, right? It's really truly learning how to be present all day long. It's looking at every single choice that comes your way, and really feeling into that choice, and really knowing what that choice is going to add to your life. Because the thing is every single thing that you choose throughout your whole entire day creates the way that your life shows up. If you are saying yes to a lot of things that you don't really want to do, you're doing things during your day that you don't want to do, I can tell you right now, you're never going to find your ease. Okay. If you're checking in with others, if every time you want to do something or somebody comes to you and says, hey, let's do this, and you're always going into this place where you're thinking about, oh, well, if I choose this, what's so and so going to think? Or if I don't choose this, what's so and so going to think? Or looping in that place where you're always checking in to see what other people are going to choose, or going to think, I should say. You're never going to find your ease. And if you are really just settling, I'm going to say, for things that really don't work for you all day long within your choices, it's never really going to align you with ease. And that's where really truly being present in your life really truly starts making big, huge changes. So today I'm going to kind of talk about those things. But the thing is one of the things I've learned during this work, even for myself and for all these years I've been helping others, is the the most important thing that you have to learn is really truly how to be you and how to make choices for yourself. And learning how to feel ease and flow with ease and uh, make decisions based on if they feel easy or if they feel hard is really truly a fundamental place. So I'm going to just quit babbling for a moment here, and we're going to get expanded out, and we're just going to really start diving into this. So with all that being said, I just wanted to add a quick note. I'm really excited about Consciousness on Demand. So I just wanted to make sure that I shared that today, because it's a very exciting new piece to my business. And so no longer is Expand Your Reality Institute online anymore. It's all consciousnessondemand.com. We do have the playground set up there as well, where you can join for that low monthly fee and really get access to thousands of dollars worth of programs instantly. And this month we are actually in the playground, in the monthly playground. We are actually talking about the energy of ease. So every single week I'm adding a new call all about the energy of ease, and really all about really learning how to feel that energy of ease, because for me it's all about alignment. Okay, so if I can feel the energy of ease in my body, and someone comes to me and says, hey, look at this opportunity, or do you want to do this, I can instantaneously feel that whatever they're talking about. Somebody comes to me and says, hey, do you want to go out to dinner? I can instantaneously feel what that choice to go out to dinner feels like for me. And if it doesn't align within my ease feeling, if I know that it doesn't feel like the way that ease feels for me, I can say no. So this whole month, I'm adding 4 different audios all about ease and how to get into ease, clearing everything that's not easy for you. And I am talking in one of the weeks, I am going to talk about really how to say no, which is one of the things I'm going to talk about today. It's so important to learn how to say no, learn how to stop checking in with other people as well to see if you can say no to something, right? So all of those go hand in hand. So this month in the consciousnessondemand.com, on the membership portal, which you can do the membership portal monthly, or you can do the membership portal for the whole year. This month, we are talking about ease. So every month from this month forward on the Consciousness on Demand membership portal, there is going to be a different kind of theme. And within that theme, I'm going to be adding new calls. Plus, we're going to have a live call, so you can get on a call and actually talk to me, ask me questions. But we're going to stay kind of true to the theme every single month. So during the group call, it will be about ease. So you can join us right now if you would like, and really kind of dive in. There's tons of clearing. There's like over, I don't even know, probably close to about 100 hours of audio in there right now that you could access right this very moment. So that's consciousnessondemand.com. So today, let's go ahead and get started, because I have been babbling for long enough. And what we're going to do today is we're going to start by expanding. So if you've never expanded before, what we're going to do is we are going to expand out your being, not your body, right? Because you are a being and then you have a body. And your being is the big energy, space, and consciousness of really truly who you be. And then you have the body inside of your being. Your being is not inside of your body. So what we're going to do is we're going to expand out that being, because often, we've been told that our beings are inside of our bodies, right? And that, our beings are these little tiny things. And the reality is your being is this big, huge space of energy, of space, of consciousness. And within that energy, space, and consciousness is all of your thoughts, belief systems, points of view, everything that you believe to be true, everything that you've stored to be true, all of your experiences, everything is within that energy, space, and consciousness of who you be. And when you get into that expanded space, especially like we're going to get into today, what happens is you can actually access all of these storage points. And when you access all of these storage points, you can actually really truly start to change things. You can start to transform things by grabbing those energies and clearing them out. And that's what I do here on Expand Your Reality. So if you've been listening to this radio show for a little while, you might find that just by listening to this radio show, your life is changing. I think that's what makes this work so amazing to me, is it's not even like you have to do or be anything different. You can literally just listen to me clear energy and your life can start to change. And I think that's the most magical part of all of this work as a whole. That's uh, really what pulled me in, and really what helped shift and change my life is just understanding that everything I'm experiencing, everything I'm going through is only there based on the energy, space, and consciousness that I be. And if I want something to be different, I can change it. And I hope that you're learning that yourself just by listening to my show. So let's go ahead and get started today. And let's take some nice deep breaths. I'm feeling super chatty today, and so is Kiwi. Kiwi's feeling chatty as well. So let's go ahead and put our barriers down. Our barriers down. Our barriers down. Our barriers down. And let's go ahead and expand out. And go ahead and expand out as big as the building that you're in. Go all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. And go ahead and make yourself as big as the city that you're in, all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. Nice deep breath. And you don't actually have to do anything. You just have to listen to the sound of my voice. And go ahead and expand out as big as the state that you're in. Go all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. And as big as the country that you're in, all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. And as big as the planet that we're all on, as big as planet Earth. Bigger, faster, bigger, faster, bigger, faster, bigger, faster. A nice deep breath, just allowing your being to expand. And then let's go ahead and expand out as big as the universe. And the multiverse, multiple universes. There we go. Times that by million, times that by million, times that by million, times that by million, all the way out to the space of who you be as the infinite being that you be. A nice deep breath. Awesome. Okay, so we're talking today about really the energy of ease. Okay, now like I said, this is one of the things that, when you learn how to uh, be in ease and stay in ease, number one, you always know that you're in ease, okay? Because here's the thing that happens. And like, I'm just going to use kind of some random examples that um, I will have with like clients. Like, let's say I have a client right now who's looking to make a major purchase. Okay. And now the thing is number one, when you're kind of in this flow of ease, there's a certain energy, especially if you're looking to make a purchase. Okay, there's an energy that the thing that you're looking to purchase is going to have. Okay, and the thing is when you find that energy, when you match that energy, one of the things that happens, and this is true for anything. This is not just making a purchase, okay? This is if you find a relationship. This is if you find a job that works. This is all of it, okay? When you find something that matches the flow of ease, there is no head noise. Now, I will have people tell me all the time, like, I never thought I would get to a point where I didn't have any head noise all the time, okay? And I'm going to repeat that statement for a minute, because when you're in the flow of ease, there is no head noise. Okay, so what that means is, let's say, you're looking to make a big purchase, and, every single thing you're looking at to make this purchase, it's like when you get there, it's like, man, it's like you can hear all of this. Well, what if this, and what if that, and what if this, and what if that, and it's not quite what you wanted, right? And when you find the flow of ease within that purchase, what happens is when you find it, it's almost like the molecules of your body, everything around you screams yes. It's like, oh my gosh, yes, this is what I want. It feels good. The head noise is literally non-existent. So I'm going to tell you right now that if you are looking to do something, buy something, have a relationship with someone, find a new job, and you get to that thing and you're still doing a ton of looping and head noise, I can tell you what, that's not ease. Okay. And the thing is what we have been uh, patterned, or what we have been kind of taught to do is pretty much settle for pretty much everything in our life, right? And we always go to that place where it's like, oh well, I can patch that later, or I can fix that later, or that's not that big of a deal, or blah. Wait, we're always making these like excuses and the head noise in our head, right? And we're always trying to reason why this choice that we're getting ready to make is a good choice. And I'm going to tell you right now that when you are in the flow of ease, you don't have that layer of um, head noise. You don't have that layer of, I have to uh, like figure this out, right? It's like it just feels easy, okay? And it's a totally different experience from trying to talk yourself into it, or trying to make it make sense, or trying to align with maybe somebody else wants you to do it, right? And so you're trying to go, oh well, they think it's a really good idea, so I should think it's a good idea. That's not ease. I don't care how many different ways you try to slice it, it's not ease. When you get into the flow of ease, it's like every single molecule of your body feels it, you guys. Okay? And it feels like, ease to me feels like it's like an expansion, and it's like a lightness. I'm from Michigan. Okay, I live in Michigan, born and raised in Michigan. And in Michigan, in the summer, I don't know how many other states do this. Maybe a lot of other states. I don't know. I think it's mostly a, a, a kind of a Michigan, Ohio, kind of these, what is it, the Midwest kind of region, that when in the summer we go tubing, okay? And so what that means is basically you go to a river and you set your butt in a tube and you get in that tube and you float down the river. And when you're in that tube, like the sun's shining on your face and on your body, right? And you're just kind of baking, and the your backsides in the water, and you're just floating, and there's no resistance, and there's no real like stopping. It's like you're just floating, and every once in a while you might bump up against something, but you go around it and you keep going, and there's just this energy of flow, and it feels light, and it feels free, and it feels fun, and there's literally no resistance. And that's what ease feels like. Okay. There's an energy of lightness, there's an energy of flow, there's an energy of fun. There is literally no resistance. Okay. Now, often I'll have people, and it's like, oh gosh, I've been holding out, like, especially when I first, when I first start working on this with the client, it's like, they're looking for a specific thing, and maybe it's a new job, maybe it's just like I said, I have a client right now looking for a purchase, right? And it's like it's been, I don't know, three, maybe about 3 weeks, I would say, probably. Okay. And it's like, she's diligently looking, and it's like not showing up, not showing up, not showing up. And these other possibilities keep showing up. And I'm like, how do they feel? And she's like, meh, I don't, it doesn't feel very good. And I'm like, okay, well, say no. And I know that logically, when we're looking at something, it's like we don't want to keep saying no, right? Because it feels like if we keep saying no, we're going to miss out. But I'm going to tell you right now that the first couple of times you really truly get into the flow of ease, you have to say no more than you probably have ever said no in your life. And eventually, what ends up happening is that, that, like, after you say no so many times, the universe starts to align you better with the frequency of what you're looking for. And pretty much, once you make a choice about anything, things just automatically line up. I mean, I'm in a place where I've been choosing ease for, I don't know, probably a couple years now, at least a couple years. Okay. I've been actively, and that's key. I have been actively choosing ease. Okay. And I talk about that this month in my in the membership portal. Is there has to come a certain point where you start actively searching for ease. And this is not just, every once in a while I'm going to ask for something to be easy. It's like every single day. I'm most interested in my life being easy. I don't want to struggle with anything. I don't want to struggle with choices. I don't want to struggle with relationships. I don't want to struggle with money. I don't want any struggle concepts in my life anymore. So I have been actively following the energy of ease. And I'm just going to say that, even with the business mergers I was talking about at the beginning of the show, when I decided that I was looking for, to add something to my business, to add some more ease to myself, it was like it just lined up, and a possibility became available where it was like when I felt into that possibility instantaneously, I could feel the expansion of that choice. And that's really truly what you're looking for. When you're living in the flow of ease in your life, yeah, I'm just going to kind of vortex that out. Rule number one, if you want ease and you don't have it now, you have to learn to say no. And you're going to have to say no various times. Like, you're going to have to say no a lot. And it might feel like, oh, this is never ever going to happen to me because all of these opportunities are coming. And I'm looking at every one of them going, meh, meh, meh. None of these really feel like they're lining up for me. You have to continue to say no. When they do not feel like they are lining up, when they do not feel like they are going to create ease, you cannot choose them. You have to continuously say no until you get into that vibration where it feels like it matches what you're looking for. Okay. And again, The other thing that's a really important piece of this is you have to stop checking in with what other people in your family think, with what other people in your life think, with what other people feel like you should do. You know, this client I was speaking of, she's working with a salesman, right? And the salesman has a certain idea of what he feels like she should have, right? And so he keeps bringing her all of these things like, how about this? How about this? And it's not in alignment with what she truly desires. So every single one of those choices feels heavy, feels hard, feels like blah, right? It just feels kind of yucky feeling. And that's because it's not in alignment with really truly what she wants to choose. Yeah, and everything, all of that is, and everywhere you're getting stuck in that pattern of feeling like you have to choose something just because you have to make a choice. Yeah, everything, all of that is. And all of that, 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 can we just choose to remove all of that from all of universes? And can we just choose that now? Vaporize. Vaporize, 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 vaporize. You have to learn how to go after what you want until it shows up. Every single time you settle, right, and it doesn't feel easy, you literally stop the flow of what you were really truly looking for. And you tell the universe, oh, well, I just had to make a decision. And I'm just saying that there comes a certain point where when you've said no enough, and you've really kind of pulled on that energy that you're really truly looking for, and it starts to really line up and it really starts to kind of flow in, that you realize you really feel what that really truly feels like. And nothing matches that feeling. It's like, again, I go back to people will ask me, well, how do I know if it's really truly an easy choice? And I'm telling you that when you have a choice that feels ease, when you're really embracing that flow of ease, you know it. It literally has no head noise attached to it. It has no energy of resistance along with it. It has no check-in systems. You're not going, oh, well, what is so and so gonna think when I choose this? It's like this expanded feeling of, oh my gosh, yes, this is what I was looking for. This has an energy of complete and total expansion. And when you really truly dive into that and you give yourself the space to really truly choose that, you change your whole life. You guys, there is a whole universe available that has ease all over it. You know, One of the things that we have dynamically learned up till this point in this reality is really truly how to live in a ton of struggle concepts. And I'm here to tell you right now that there is a whole new 5D reality that is being created that is literally a flow of such an easy energy where it is literally going to be like you think about something and it almost instantaneously is created. But you have to reprogram yourself to be able to choose it. You literally have to learn how to say no to everything that doesn't align within that energy. And the faster you do that, and the the faster you learn how to really totally truly embrace that flow of ease, the faster your life is going to change. I'm just going to vortex that out for a moment. And everything that doesn't allow that for you, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. I know if you're listening to this radio show, you probably more than likely are like me, and you've probably had a lot of your life really, really hard. There probably has been more hard times than you probably can even remember. And I would be even willing to venture a guess that a majority of your life has still to this day is a lot of the same repeat patterns of struggle. And this means, if we look back even on the last 6 months of your life, you probably have the same exact patterns that are showing up that have been showing up your entire life. And you know what happens is the patterns might look a little bit different, but the theme is still the same. Like if you've always struggled with money, like right this minute, if you're looping in worrying about not having enough money in your life, I guarantee you that that's been probably a pattern that you have always worried about. And see, the thing is that projection of energy. So if we take the idea of money struggle, right? If you're worried about money, okay, what you're continuously doing is you're always projecting out to the universe that you don't have enough, and you probably don't have enough, right? Um, and so what's actually being created is a pattern of struggle. And we have learned, because not only did our parents struggle when we were little, right? Because if you have money struggle, more than likely your parents had money struggle, and your grandparents had money struggle, and potentially their parents had money struggle. Money struggle is something that is defined, I personally feel like, all the way down into your DNA. Okay, it is a struggle pattern, just like relationship struggle is, just like if you look at the patterns in your life, those are the same exact patterns that your parents created from, and their parents created from, and so on and so forth, right? And nobody has really totally taught you how to be different. And what you have to learn how to do is you have to look at those struggles that you have in your life right now. And number one, you have to decide that you don't want to have them anymore. And I know that that's it feels so like you might even be thinking like, well, screw you. I can't just decide I'm not going to have money struggle any longer. And I'm telling you right now, you kind of have to. You kind of have to make the decision that you are done riding in that struggle bus and that struggle boat, and you have to start really totally choosing to choose something different. And when I say that, it means that you can't continue to worry about not having enough money. You have to change that on its end and go, okay, instead of me sitting here, sitting around worrying about not being able to pay my bills this month, instead of doing that, I'm going to start asking, hey, what would it take for me to have ease with money? And what would it take for that ease to show up now? What would it take for money to flow with me? To me with ease. What would it take for me to have more money with ease? And you want to flip those places that you have those struggle concepts. Okay, and you want to flip those in a way where you understand that focusing on what doesn't work just brings more energy of what doesn't work in your life. And the thing that is, I think, probably fundamental to understand right now is we're looking at September 2019, is we are getting closer and closer and closer to the 5D reality. And the thing is you can be stuck in perpetrating these patterns of lack and limitation forever, or you can decide to release, let go, and move on with your life and choose some different patterns for yourself. And I know that it might not feel like it really truly is that easy. And I'm here to tell you that just by even like this work that I do right here, and I'm not saying this is the do all be all, but I can tell you right now that if you commit to doing something different, and really truly what I'm doing here is something different, you totally 100% can change those patterns in your life and actually truly have something different. And I'm not just saying that, I know that because I see that every single day. I see people change their life just by choosing something different and clearing the energy around it. And not only has it worked for them, but I'm here to tell you that this is how I changed my life. You know, I right now am living in a space of ease for myself in a way that I'm not even sure. I feel like I always kind of knew that this space was available for me, but I literally had no idea how to choose it. And now I look at what is being created around me and how, when I just literally ask for something, how very fast it manifests, and how, like, I used to be I mean, talk about worrier. I used to worry about everything. Not only did I worry about everything, I functioned in a ton of anger, a ton of upset, a ton of rage, and I also functioned in a ton of worry and a ton of, I mean, you name it. Emotional upset was like my gig. I mean, it was like what I did. Um, I had lack. I had concepts of everything. And when I started really looking at my life and thinking like, okay, this is not how I want to live the rest of my life. I don't want to live in a place where I have to struggle for everything forever. And I had to make a different choice. And I'm here to tell you right now that you can have ease if you focus on having ease. You can have ease if you start, number one, saying no to everything that does not feel easy. I mean, that's literally rule number one. You start saying no to everything that does not feel easy for you. And what's going to actually start showing up is more choices that feel differently. And learning to feel into those choices and know how those choices actually create in your life is, it's life changing. Yeah, and everything that doesn't allow that for you, and all of that, 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 can we just choose to remove all of that from all of universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. You know, I can't even tell you how often I have people ask me things like, I don't know if I should choose this or not. And I'm like, well, how does it feel? Because it's it's so ingrained in us to think about a choice, right? To figure out if it's the right choice or not. And I'm going to go back to, if you are asking if it's the right choice or not, it's not the right choice. Period. Okay? And I know that that seems like a really a blanket statement, but I'm just going to tell you again that when a choice matches for you, when a choice aligns for you, when a choice is in the energy of ease for you, there's no question about it. It feels that amazing. And if you don't have choices showing up for you right now that feel that amazing, it's time to say no. It's time to say no to the things that are showing up right now. It's time to, when you hear your head go, oh, what's Aunt, uh, you know, Judy gonna say if I say no to this? If you hear yourself saying stuff like that, what's so and so gonna say if I say no? That's even more incentive. Say no more. Okay, because right there, you're basing your life choices on what you feel like other people want you to choose. And I'm going to tell you right now that that's not probably even close to what's going to create for you. The thing is this is your life. This is the only life that you're ever going to have to be able to build in this reality right now moving forward. And the thing is life is short. And it's way, way, way too short. And I know you've probably heard this 8 million times, and I know it's really easy. It feels like it's really easy to say, life is too short to base your decisions on someone else. But I'm going to say it again. It really is. If something is not lighting your body up and if something does not feel amazing to you, it's not a choice you want to make. And everything that doesn't allow that for you, and all of that, 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 can we just choose to remove all of that from all of universes, and we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. You know, I go back and forth with this work because I feel like so many pieces and parts of this work is so fundamental as far as learning to even live with a body. Like, we do not know how to make choices. We literally have no awareness on how to make choices in our life. And that's really because, especially from a very young age, our parents make all of our choices. And I'm going to totally be bold today, and I'm just going to talk about this. And if you've been listening to my radio show, or if you've even been, part of some of my stuff, you know that what I do with my kids. And when I started really going through this work and I started to understand how important making choices was and how hard as an adult it was for me to even know how to make a choice, I decided that I was going to allow my children to make their own choices. And right now, I have a 20-year-old, I have a 16-year-old, and a 15-year-old. And I will tell you that I literally stopped telling them what to choose probably over 10 years ago now. And when even my oldest daughter, like when she started hanging out, going places, got her driver's license, she never had a curfew because it was like I wanted her to be able to make her own choices for her life. And you know what? A majority of the time she was home by 10:30 anyways. Occasionally she stayed out a little bit later, but I tell you what, she was pretty much always home by, I would say, midnight at the latest. And that wasn't because she had to be home by midnight. That was because she had choice when she wanted to be home. I have a 20-year-old now who actually lives in Chicago, and she's supporting herself, and she has two jobs, and she's a junior in college, and she is doing amazing. And she went from a child who had no awareness about what worked for her body, who struggled with a lot of body image in, elementary school, to being a 20-year-old strong. I mean, she is so strong. She's a vegan self because, she decided she didn't want to eat meat and all of that anymore. Gosh, she was like, I want to say she was like 11 or 12 when she decided that, I'm not eating meat anymore, I'm not eating dairy anymore. And she is, she's 20. She lives in Chicago, right downtown Chicago. She's a photographer, or a wedding videographer. Is one of her jobs. She works at a cafe as a barista. She's going to school for event management. I mean, she finds tons of fun gigs to do. And she has a gym membership where she gets up at 7 o'clock in the morning and does yoga and Pilates and, spinning classes. And I think gosh, if someone would have given me choices when I was little, if someone would have taught me that I don't have to stuff my body with food that doesn't work for me. I don't have to, um, you know, uh, when I opened up her life and said, choose what you want to choose. What school do you want to go to? What do you want to do with your life? And I started leading her down that road of finding that flow of ease for herself. And when she found it and she embraced it, she knows who she is. She knows what works for her life. You have a 20-year-old who gets up at 7 o'clock in the morning and goes to Pilates. I mean, I think about that sometimes and I think it's crazy how aware she is about what works for her life. I have a 16-year-old who, is in an early college program, who is also a vegan. All three of my children are vegans, their own choice. And I tell you, when I first started even letting them eat whatever they want, they were young. And my youngest daughter did eat cheesecake for like 2 weeks straight. But you know what? She found out cheesecake doesn't work for her. Eating cookies all the time makes her belly hurt. And you know what? I have three beautiful, strong, fit children. And not because I make them eat their fruits and vegetables, but because they choose to eat fruits and vegetables, because they know that fruits and vegetables create an ease in their body. And I'm just saying, if somebody would have given me that space, if somebody would have allowed me to have those choices in my life, I don't even know if I'd be doing this radio show right now, because I definitely would have saved myself from lots of concepts of struggle. That's for sure. The thing is when you find what works for your life, it's really, really easy to flow within that. Yeah, everything that doesn't allow that for you. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. So I know I just went on like lots of tangents today. I hope I made kind of the energy of what I was looking for here clear. Really, when you embrace the flow of ease in your life, everything lines up. The concepts of struggle, they kind of fade away, and it kind of just becomes this like fun journey of amazing experience after amazing experience. And I'm here to tell you right now that that is available for you. You can have that. It's not reserved for some kind of magical creature. You can have the energy of ease in your life. You just have to learn how to flow with it. So, with that being said, this whole month, this rest of the month of September, again, in my membership portal, I am making ease calls and I'm going to have my group call here in the next probably like 7 days, I think it is. From today is the group call. You can join us at consciousnessondemand.com and look for the membership portal. There is a year buy-in option and then there's a monthly option. And I'm just going to tell you that like in there, you guys, is so many hours of audios. There's a whole program in there called Parenting Ease that I did when I really changed things with my kids. And I get feedback from that program all the time. If you have children and you're really truly struggling with how to raise them and, having attitude problems. And I tell you what, I had some major issues before I really took on this work with my kids, and when I learned how to give them choice, and when I flipped that switch, it changed everything. So you can actually get that. You can get the whole program. The Playing and Polarity program is on the Consciousness on Demand as well. And that Playing and Polarity program is in the membership, but it's also for sale as well if you just want to buy the program. And that program has, gosh, I don't even know, there's probably close to 80 hours of clearings and really help. If you're struggling with emotional upset, if you feel pegged all the time and you just feel like you're on that bus of struggle, that program will change your life. And again, like, you can join that monthly membership for the monthly price, or you can actually buy into the year, or you can just buy programs individually on the Consciousness on Demand portal. But the thing is, you guys, is it's time to be different. It's time to learn how to be different. It's time to really put these struggle concepts away, because the world is changing, and the energy is available at this point for you to have more ease than you've ever had before. So come with me. It's fun. We don't have to struggle. We don't have to have all this strife in our life any longer. It's really truly time to have the ease. It is available, and it really truly can just be as easy as learning how to make different choices. So I hope today's show helped you. You can also join me online at www.jamie-bates.com. And you can email me at jamie@jamiebates.com. You can find me on Facebook, Expand Your Reality, and join me there. Also, we're going to have our Consciousness on Demand here pretty quick rolling. But I do have my Expand Your Reality Facebook group that you can always join as well. And I love to hear feedback. Also, if you're looking for someone to help you, to kind of hold your hand and help you through this, that's what I specialize in. I love to help people move on with their life and really release themselves from the concepts of struggle. So I would love to connect to you. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.
You have been listening to Expand Your Reality with your host, Jamie Bates. Thank you for listening.